Hey, Illinois DMLA, Dan Robertson here. It's time to make our cheesecake mousse. So this is what I call a cheater's mousse. So it's not a traditional mousse if you look at it from a classic pastry standpoint, but it's one of my favorite ones to do. It's really, really easy, and it's something that anybody can do. It takes just a few ingredients. So let's look at the ingredients that we're going to use today. So for our cheesecake mousse, we want to get some cheesecake jello. Again, if it's jello brand, that's fine, or whichever type of pudding is very fine. I've got the sugar-free one. If you want to use the regular, that's perfectly fine. To go with that, we're going to need, of course, a pint or 2 cups or 16 ounces of milk. If you want to do skim, you want to do 2% whole milk, whatever floats your boat, go for that. We're going to use a container of Cool Whip or whipped topping. This is the 8-ounce size. So you don't need the big guy, just the little 8-ounce size is all you need for this recipe. That makes the mousse. Then what you want for garnish is up to you. Since we're doing a cheesecake mousse, I've got some graham cracker crumbs, I've got some cherry pie filling, and I've got some ready whipped, some whipped cream in the can for us to use for our garnishes. So let's get this recipe started. So what I'm going to do is we've got to make our pudding first. So I've got my bowl, I've got my 2 cups of milk, and this is exactly as the package directions say for the pudding. So I'm going to take my packaged instant pudding here, and I'm going to sprinkle it in to the milk, and then I'm going to take a whisk, and you're just going to combine this together, and that's half of what it takes in order to make this cheater's mousse. You can use whatever flavor you want. If you're not a huge cheesecake fan, go ahead and get chocolate pudding. You want to do something a little different, do a pistachio pudding, a butterscotch pudding. Any of the instant puddings work really well to make this mousse, obviously different flavors, and then you can have some fun with some different garnishes and stuff, or just have it as it is. I thought the cheesecake is kind of fun because it's a play on a traditional type cheesecake with the different ingredients, but done in a little bit different way. So now that this is all mixed together, I've got to go put this in the refrigerator. That will let it set up, takes about 5 minutes or so at least. And then once we have it set as the pudding, then we can turn it into the mousse. Okay, we are ready to continue the process. So our pudding has set. So we got a nice consistency here. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our Cool Whip. So we want to take about half of that, and you're going to put it in with your pudding, and then you're going to mix it together. It's kind of what they call a folding process. We just want to make sure we get it as combined as possible, try to keep as much air in the whipped cream as we possibly can as well. You see we've got this pretty much combined. Now I'm going to add in the rest of the Cool Whip. So that goes in. Get all that out of there. And then we fold in the last of the Cool Whip into the pudding. So this gives us that base for the cheater's mousse, what I call it. So now that you've gotten to this point, you have a couple of options. We can let this set in the refrigerator and let it firm up a little bit, or we can go ahead and pipe right now. And that gives us a little looser configuration, but it does make it so it's a little easier to get a smooth product. So we're going to go and transfer it in. So what I've got here is my pastry bag, which is going to be just a Ziploc bag. I fold down the edge, and I use my hand in order to help get the product into the bag. You can see I'm using my hand as a way for it to go into the bag. Almost there. So again, you can also, if you want, you can get this in the bag like I'm doing now, and then put the bag in the refrigerator for it to set. And then pipe. So that's another option as well. I'll do that sometimes, especially if I'm not in a huge hurry to get it done. You can do that and then just pipe it when you need it. Okay, so I've got product in. So now I'm gonna take my bag, pull it right inside out. I'm gonna close it about 3/4 of the way, and then I'm gonna lay it down. I'm gonna press out the extra air. Makes life a little easier so you don't have any big air pockets when it's all said and done. Okay, now again, you could go and put this in the refrigerator, just lay it flat like this, let it set up, or what we're gonna do is we're going to then turn it into the finished product. So this is the cup I'm going to use. It got a nice glass, looks real nice presentation for it, but again, you can use glasses, you can use cups, you can have a lot of fun with how this presents. I've even done it in like clear plastic cups. Look really, really nice too if you're looking for something disposable. So I'm gonna cut the edge of my pastry bag. So I'm just gonna cut the edge here of that. And now I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna use it to pipe in my cheesecake mousse. So I'm gonna put it right down in, give it a good squeeze, put the product in. I'm gonna stop. Okay, I'm gonna hold that for a second. I'm gonna give it a couple taps, let it kind of shake out. Then I'm gonna layer this with those graham cracker crumbs. Now, if you just want to do straight mousse in the cup, go for it. You can just do straight mousse. If you want to do mousse and the fruit filling, you could do the layer of fruit filling in here. Again, you can have fun and really mix it up, make it your own. I'm just going to put the graham crackers. We got the graham cracker layer in. Then we'll put in another layer of mousse. Again, just a little tap, shake, shake, shake. Add in the graham crackers again to top that off. Give that a shake, level that out. And I'm just going to put a final layer on top, just a small layer. I don't want to go too high up because I don't want it to fall off the edge. So I'm going to start like this. Let's give it a little tap shake so it goes across. Okay, now I have my base ready to go. So I could put this now in the refrigerator and then right before service, put it all together. So if I'm going to serve this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and not to go all the way across, but a nice little garnish of some graham crackers. I've got some cherries here. So these are just canned cherries. Then I'm going to put a little bit of canned cherry on top. Make that look nice. And then if you want to finish up, we've got that ready whipped cream type thing here. So I'm just gonna take this and I'll put a little dollop on top, make it a little rosette. And there we have our cheesecake mousse that we're doing as dessert. So what mine has the graham cracker crumbs, the cherry filling, and the whipped cream.